Hey guys, welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. I'm Brim, he's Grum. This is episode 6, and I think we'll just start by running out here and smacking these guys. We've got several things we want to get done today. Die, zombie, die! Alright, let's gather this stuff up. When last we were together, we were getting ready to move our kind of initial base up to our first big platform. And I am pleased to say that that little effort is done. There is basically nothing left down here. Now, I haven't torn down this platform. Obviously, our spawner is still out there, and we're still using that. I do want to eventually get over and rescue the impossible object that's sitting there. It's a sphere in Minecraft. Yes, I want to take it up to our base. I also got the stairs replaced in here, and all of our stuff up here, and most of what I have done since we were last together is grow a bunch of dirt. I've been coming over here and harvesting wheat, and sticking it into barrels, and taking our dirt out and building up these 9x9s. Now this is just the first two, obviously, and eventually, and they're up a level. They will not be. When we finally have these in their final location, they will be at ground level. I've also kind of decided on, I got some feedback about building blocks and texture and some things I wanted to do as far as the look. So it turns out that we did 3, and then 9, and then 3, and then 9, and then 3. So this is all perfectly divisible by 3. So I think what we're going to do is build a different colored, and I'm going to show you in a minute what I think we're going to color these. A path out here, and then we'll have a 3 wide of some other color, and then 3 in here, and then we'll have a bit. So it'll end up looking like a big target working its way in, where it's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So we end up with a big. Makes it real easy to figure out where everything belongs, and yet I think it will still be somewhat visually appealing. And what I have decided to use for part of the decorative blocks is Seared Brick. I want to use Seared Brick as part of the walkway. And let me just grab show what I'm talking about. We can grab these the 3 extra bricks that are up here. So if we were to, well, I'll just go ahead and do these 3. Although that's really in the wrong place, and I don't want to lose my seared bricks because I don't have enough of them. So let's not do that. What I just said we were going to do, let's not do. Let's replace those 3. And we'll go to the other side of those and replace, let's say, these 3. So I think the outside row will be the seared brick. It's a nice dark color. And then we could do, so this will go all the way around the border. So that's all you'll see out here beyond the dirt. And then in here, the next 3 bricks would be probably, do I have any? I don't have any smooth stone, but it will probably be. I did 8 because I wanted 8. It will probably be stone brick because I really like the look of stone brick. So you'll have a ribbon of the seared brick, and then a ribbon of stone brick, and then another ribbon of seared brick, seared brick until you get to the center here. And I think so. If we do this, it'll be dark, light, and then the center here would be dark. So I think that'll be visually interesting, and it helps to break the huge pad up into different areas. It makes it real easy to see what goes where. So I think that'll work. If it doesn't, we'll change it when we go to the other side. Now, obviously, there's a problem with that, and the problem is that means we need crap tons of seared brick, and seared brick is not particularly easy to make the way we have been making it, where we take clay and mix it with sand and gravel, etc., etc. But there is an easier way, and we are going to look at that here in just a moment. It's going to be the first thing that we do today is look at, let's go ahead and sleep. I moved our bed up here as well because it is dark. No reason for it to be dark. So what we're going to do is, amazingly enough, if we grab, let me just grab 2 cobble. If we grab 2 cobblestone out of here, let me just grab a bunch, and toss it into the smeltery, this will smelt down and become seared brick. However, oh, come on, this is going to take a minute. I'll tell you what, I'm going to, I'll pause the video here and let this melt down, and then I'll show you what it does. If you haven't already guessed, how's that? Okay, so what we see is when those 2 have melted down, what we end up with is 1 ingot of seared brick. And if we pour that out over here into our ingot mold, we get 1 seared brick that we can use 4 of to make the to make the seared to make the seared brick like we've got right here. Okay, this would take forever. So if it takes 4 of these to make a brick, and one of these is made with 2 cobblestone, then 8 cobble, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, should make a brick of seared brick. How do you like that? A block of seared bricks. So let's toss those in there. We'll wait for this to melt down, and then we'll see what we get from that. Okay, so that is melted, and we can see that sure enough we have 1 block of seared stone. Awesome. So we'll toss that in there, and we probably cannot grab it. Let's try. Oh no, I was not fast enough. What that did was produce a single seared stone, and I've got a hopper under there already and a chest sitting right here where I am collecting seared stone. Now, if we pop these out and take a look at them, put them right back in here, we can see that they are a different texture. And probably that controller picked up that torch, which we did not want. But if we, I tell you what, let's go ahead and grab 9 more of those. We can see that these will absolutely work. We need more than, yeah, no, we need a 9 right here. 3, 3, and 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Hey, math for the win. And put that one in there. If we go check the, if we go check this, we'll see that we now have not 9 slots, but 18. So it is perfectly valid bricks. I just don't like the way they look. So let's see if we can fix that. It turns out that if we go look at, I'm going to pull these out real quick. And we probably lost some of these into the smeltery as well. Just check it. No, we did lose a torch. And we've got one up here. So if we go look at the NEI and look up Seared Brick. And we take a look at this bad boy right here. This is the same one we've got from everything. It says we can make it this way. But it also says that we can chisel. This tool has incorrect data. Place this tool in the crafting window to update it. Okay. It says we can chiseled seared bricks. And this comes from chiseling seared pavers. And this comes from chiseling seared stone. So I think the first thing we're going to try to do is make... Do I have any... Yes. We'll go over here. And in our part builder, we needed... or actually here, we needed to make a pattern for a chisel head, which I've actually already done. It's over here. And then we need to toss in a cobblestone to get a chiseled head. Now, in a lot of mod packs, we could actually use this this stone as a valid tool. We could put this on a stick and we would have a stone chisel. This one, it says, can only be used to make casts, so we'll go ahead and stick it in our casting table. And I'm 99% certain we still have, down here in the bottom, yes, we'll grab one of these. We'll go ahead and grab an iron ingot, and then for automation purposes, we'll grab that. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a moment. We'll toss in the aluminum brass, and we might as well go ahead and toss in the iron. Now let's gather up a couple of other things while we're here. We're going to need some sticks. We need that, we need that. We need some smooth stone. Do I have? I've got 1. But we were cooking some while ago, right? Hey, I'm glad we did that. We need 4, I think, for the other thing we're going to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and make that. And that will destroy what was in there, but the iron should just about be melted. And as soon as the iron is melted, we will actually cast that into a chisel head. So cast that into a chisel head. And pull that out. Now we can go over here and drop it into our tool station. We want a chisel. And that is a chisel head and a stick. And sure enough, we get an iron chisel. Now we should, according to the NEI, be able to grab a stack of this stuff, come over to our crafting station, drop this in here and the chisel, and we should get seared pavers, correct? Ooh, it used up almost all of the chisel, though. We're going to have more chisels. There's all there is to it. Here, let's just go all the way through and make sure it matches. So there's that, and then that claims to be seared brick. That looks just like our other seared bricks, and let's check them. Oh, good. It looks like the chisel head only takes half of a ingot, and that should match perfectly the blocks we already had. So that will absolutely work. Obviously, we will need multiple chisels to make this work. Throw another chisel in here real quick. I don't think it's possible to make that repair in any way. I think it will simply... Oh, no, wait a second. Oh, how about we actually use the tool station instead of the... Dun-dun-dun. Yeah. Use the tool station instead of the crafting bench, the tinker table. throw these in here. Are these the ones that seared pavers? Probably can't do all those with that. It is broken, but that probably means we can repair it. Repair material is iron. I suspect it would take a full iron to repair it, though. It only takes a half an iron to build a new one. And we didn't get 60. Oh, we already did one. And there are 33 and another broken chisel. But sure enough, we now have a significant amount of block that we can use to extend, to not only extend our smeltery, make a much larger smeltery, but also that we can now come over here and use in our decorations, which will be very helpful. We will have to find a better way to do the chiseling, I suspect, or a more durable chisel of some sort, but that will absolutely get us real chiseled blocks. I guess I can hang that right there for now, which is exactly what we want. We don't want the off-color, although I don't know in, I probably should have looked. Tell you what, let's do a test here real quick, since we're just testing things anyway. Bang, bang, bang. Actually, it's not unattractive. And this would be much simpler to get in large volume. Okay, the other way that we can get that, we looked at, was that we can take 4 of these and turn them into a seared brick, just like this. And then we don't have to chisel it. Now, if we wanted to make brick this way, we can certainly do that, but we would drive ourselves absolutely batty clicking on. I tell you what, let's move this table, because we know we've got a, there's a hopper under this one, so that should have picked that up. So let's put this table over here, this over, hey, this over there, and then put in a couple of cobble, and make sure it pulls out. It would help if I got all these in the right place. Make sure it pulls this out as an ingot correctly. The hopper will pull this ingot out of the table. Obviously, it's not pulling our cast out, and that's good. All right, let's let this smelt down. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so that's now melted down. So what we will want to do is just click this and see if when it makes, it actually goes ahead and extracts. And it does. Okay. Okay. So we could do this and then just claim the bricks, which will take, it's actually a little slower. While making an individual brick is faster than going into the casting basin, the casting basin as a whole is faster overall. You can probably make 4 or 5 bricks in the time you can make 1 block, but obviously it's making, well, in this case though, it only takes 8. Yeah, it's still faster. So it's not quite as efficient, but we're going to set this up so that we don't have to sit here and click. We obviously, for starters, we can only put 18 cobblestone in here at a time, which will only produce 9 bricks, and we would have to sit here and click forever to get those out. We don't want to do either of those things. So we're going to see if we can automate this a little more. We're going to build a couple of things. So we're going to need, we still got sticks, but I think we got everything else we need, actually. So we need 1 redstone torch, like that, and I think this goes in the center, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, redstone clock. Now the redstone clock simply sends out a 1-tick pulse every 1 second. So if we had here, we can do another. Do I have any redstone left? Redstone. No, I'm completely out of redstone, so we can't see squat. And I don't think I've got any lamps or anything. I don't think I've got anything like that out of reward packs. So we probably don't have anything that is. Nope, redstone sensitive. Okay, you'll have to trust me. It's sending out a redstone pulse every second. It turns out that these faucets are actually redstone sensitive. So if we put that there, and then we had molten cobblestone in here, every second it's clicking on this thing, just like we were sitting here clicking it, just like this, over and over and over. So what we can do is throw in a bunch of stone, and then as soon as it melts, this will extract it all for us. And we'll go ahead and I'll show you that. We'll let this melt down. We'll be back in a second. Okay, these are almost melted down, and because this is going to immediately start extracting, the moment this melts down, I wanted to come back before it finished, so that should be right now. So we'll see that it immediately starts disappearing out of here. You'll see that it's being poured over here, and then immediately getting pulled out, and the bricks are building up in here. Unfortunately, that means we still have to come over here and constantly put in cobblestone, just because of the sheer lack. I mean, it's almost done. There are 4 blocks, 4 bricks of cobblestone left in there. That's it. 3 ingots left. So there's just not, that's not very efficient. We're still going to be running back and forth constantly to this. Well, there's a solution for that as well. Let me put these down here. And that is to know that your smeltery, hang on, let me, we're almost out of, I noticed we were almost out of lava. So let's go grab lava. We should have, I think, 8 buckets of lava over here. Yep, 8 buckets. So we'll run and dump a couple of buckets in here. Dump a couple of buckets in here. That's probably enough. So the trick is to know that your smeltery will not just do cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your smeltery is also perfectly happy to smelt down compressed cobblestone. So we can take these, if your pack will allow you to do compressed cobblestone. We can take these in and put them in and do compressed cobblestone. And then we can even go a step further and turn these into double compressed cobblestone. And we can walk over here and toss these in, and now we've tossed in 9 full stacks of cobblestone. And when that melts, we also get a significant boost out of our lava. We're not using nearly as much lava. If we wanted to melt down 9 full stacks, you saw a moment ago how much of the lava it took to melt down just the one little section of stone that we had in here a while ago. So we'll get a lot more stone melted for the lava that we've put in here by compressing and then double compressing our stone. I started to say I was going to cut and let this finish cooking, but it's almost there now, so we'll just hang out for a second. We'll check what else is going on around here at this particular moment, and really, that's working the way I want. I'm very pleased to have found this block. This was a block I just recently discovered. Very happy to see it. It's very efficient and doesn't require any power. Right now we have no power. That's our big problem, and the problem we were going to try to solve today. So there, boom, we've got 71. So we had 72 blocks, which is 4 ingots apiece. So that is a lot of seared stone coming into our chest now. So we're just going to let that go. We're just going to let it sit and do its thing. And eventually we'll probably need to set up a smeltery that just does this very function. Because we've got the individual blocks, we can also make, we can also go over here and make our faucets and our basins and our controllers, our drains. We can make all of those things because we've got the individual bricks. So this allows us to take cobblestone, which we have an infinite amount of. We're producing for free out of nothing over here, and turning it into all the seared brick we will ever need. Now, as a note, you'll notice that the water is only a single source pool here now. Once you are using a world interaction to claim this block never actually disappears. So the water never has the opportunity to run towards the lava, and the lava never has the opportunity to run towards the water. So you don't need the whole need to run into a hole and stop business. You can just put a single source block of water. There is a single source block of lava. Probably can't. You can see it under there. There's a single source block of lava underneath there. Now I moved the one crucible that we had over here on top of that lava. You will now see that it is melting at speed 2x instead of the 1x when it was over the torch. So that's what's going on there. Additionally, I took our stone bucket, our stone barrel, and put him under here with the water suspended on top. And what I do here, so I can grab that obsidian, then reach right over here and grab a bucket of lava, look right down in there, and put it in and immediately get more obsidian. So this is where I generated obsidian. And there was a reason I was generating obsidian. I think I've got the rest of that up here. Yes. So I want a ring of flight. It is my favorite. It's not called a ring of flight. It's called an angel ring. This is one of my most coveted items, particularly playing maps like this, where a fall means your doom. You miss a single block and you're toast. The angel ring, this is the one I'm normally after right here, although we might do this one because glass is going to be easier to get a hold of than feathers. I like the look of the feathers. You actually get feathery wings on your back. However, you can see that to build this, we need 2 things that we certainly do not have right now. We need a Nether Star, and we need unstable ingots. The Nether Star comes from killing the Wither boss. The unstable ingots come from using the ritual with the it comes from the, why don't I have what's the division sigil that you get from killing the Wither boss. So in both cases we need to kill the Wither boss. Now there are a couple things that means. Number one, it means making a trip to the Nether, and we need to do that anyway, and we need to do that soon. Maybe what we do to close up this episode is to go ahead and build our initial portal to the Nether. We need stuff that's there. I need pyrethium, blazing pyrethium, to go in here to make. Okay, so to kill the Wither boss, we need the items the Wither boss drops. To kill the Wither boss, I use a Signalum crossbow to do that. To make the Signalum crossbow, we need to be able to melt redstone. To do that, I either have to have a magma crucible and a um, fluid transposer, or I have to be able to melt redstone in my uh, smeltery. The only way to do that is to use blazing pyrethium in here as fuel instead of using lava. Well, in order to make that stuff, I have to have sulfur, which I'm going to get from, that's right, the nether. So we are kind of, for the things I want to do next, we are kind of in a place where we need to go to the nether. So we're going to make that happen very, very quickly. But first, let's go to our quest book. This is a questing pack, after all. It doesn't look like we've accomplished any. Oh, we have a couple of quests here. What are these? Oh, okay, so this is important too. So these are things we actually accomplished last time and just didn't get our reward for. And then what's this one? Iron. Yep, we've done that already. That'll give us some more iron ore, which is always helpful. Copper. We need 2 copper ingots. We will. I tell you what. At the beginning of next episode, we'll see how far we can. This is going to be steel, which will probably trip us up. That's probably brass, and then this is probably that's steel. So this is probably, I don't know, Invar maybe. That's probably Invar, and then we start into this is Enderium and Mana Steel, etc., etc. So we'll see if we can't work our way down this one. So let's see if anything else is opened up. Now, if you click off of, so I've got that highlighted. If you click again to unhighlight any of these, you'll see your total quest book. So we've got 38 quests that we could work on right now. Wow, we've unlocked a bunch of stuff. For the hoarding, we don't have anything available in there. Applied energistics, skystone, barrel, lava, right click with water. Or right click with, I think we actually have some skystone that we've gotten. Didn't we get that from skystone? We actually have 11, so we're going to do that. Applied energistics is one of those things that I want to get up very, very early in the build. You know how the kinds of problems I have with storage, and the fastest way to solve that is to have an ME system. So we will want to do that, but we have to have power, and normally relatively early game power I get in one of two ways. I either build a survivalist generator, survivalist generator, which is pretty cheap. It's a piston, a couple of iron, and a furnace, but it does not produce much in the way of power. Might get us started, might allow us to build an initial pulverizer so I can stop hammering stuff by hand, that sort of thing, but it's really kind of until I get to big reactors, my power of choice is Magmatic Dynamos. These things require Invar, which is not out of our reach at this point, and a pretty constant source of lava. Obviously, oh, break my legs. Obviously, this is not going to cut it for feeding a Magmatic Dynamo. I could build a whole bunch of these right down through here, pump all the lava into a tank or into something, and then into a few Magmatic Dynamos, and we could accomplish that. Or we could simply go to the nether and pump the nether lakes dry. I keep hearing myself say, nether, 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 nether. So guess what? I think it's time. Let's not take anything that we don't necessarily need and just see where we end up in the nether when we go there. I don't know. I mean, the nether could be another. I'm assuming that the nether is normal based on the videos I've seen. I'm assuming it's not something like this. It wasn't in Agrarian Skies 1, I don't think. I think most of the videos I've seen are Agrarian Skies 1. I know we've obviously got flint. Flint is going to be in the top one. So let's grab our flint, and this is iron, right? Flint and steel. And we'll make the one use that you really have for flint in this game. Now, if we're going to end up having to create some more crucibles out here, I'd really like to move this smeltery back. I didn't realize when I just plopped the smeltery down, I did not intend for the dirt to run all the way up to the smeltery. It just so happened that when I started counting 9 blocks that way, it ran smack dab into the side of the smeltery. I guess we could come over here. We're going to need some cobble, please. Actually, once we get there, we're going to need more cobble than that. So, let's see. We come in 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 1, 2. No, we don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3. That would be the corner. 1, 2. So bang, bang. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then just for symmetry, then 1, 2. Alright, now let's grab our pickaxe, which I just put up. The other thing we want is we need crushed netherstone. or netherrack rather. And obviously to get crushed netherrack, we need regular netherrack. So, you know what? Might as well go ahead and take our pick. Boom, there we go. It's lit up. All right, everybody, cross your fingers. Let me just toss this in here. Cross your fingers and hope this does not go horribly, horribly wrong. Well, we're downloading terrain. That's a good sign. It didn't just instantly generate, which must mean it's actually generating terrain. Come on. Are we going to generate terrain? Hey, uh-oh. Oh, what the? Well, we are definitely in the nether. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, what was that? Why are things blowing up? Is there a gas around? No. No. There's no gas. Things are just randomly blowing up. And I guess it probably has to do with ore generation happening. I'm pretty sure. Let's just test it. What is this? Nether quartz? We need nether. Oh, we can't harvest nether quartz. Ah, we need copper level. I'm going to have to do some. What do we got over here? Okay, this is copper. Well, no, we can harvest it. Interesting. Okay. I think this is one of those packs where. Oh, yep. Hear it. Nope. Don't blow up. Oh, it's going to blow up. Oh, no! Stop! No! We are not going to die. We're not going to die. We're not going to die in the nether. No! Stop! Oh my goodness! Can we get to our water pool? Oh, the fire went out. Oh my goodness. So, this is one of those packs. This is one of those packs where if we don't mine the ores in the nether with Silk Touch, they have the possibility of exploding. We don't want that to happen, and obviously we do not yet have a pick with Silk Touch on it. Put you away. We do not want to use you. So, let's see, Silk Touch. We can do that with a Silky Gem, Silky Jewel, which is an emerald, and some Silky Cloth, which is easy enough to make. Aluminum brass, or gold, or aluminum brass. Let's see what we have of either one of those. We haven't melted down anything, so there's 9 gold ingots right there, or 9 gold nuggets, just by. See if we can toss this in the smelter, and we can actually just push it to the bottom as soon as it smelts. So we'll go ahead and make that silky gem or silky jewel next time. That's pretty cool. It's kind of floating in the. Well, how much of that? How's this working? Oh yeah, look at that. We've already got 2 full stacks. It's going to take a while. It's going to be a long-term sort of project, I'm sure, which is why I said we might build. You know, if we had another. These are cheap to build. That's relatively cheap to build. The hoppers aren't horribly expensive. We could build another smeltery that has just got like. So if we did over here on this side, if we had a drain and a faucet here and a drain and a faucet here, and one of these clocks in the center, then it would operate both faucets, and the chest could be underneath. So we may look at doing that just to get this stuff out faster at some point in the future. For now, things are starting to move forward. Our gold is done. Did we get 2 ingots? We should have gotten 2 ingots. We did get 2 ingots. Now we'll put that to the bottom as far as priority, so it'll pipe the gold out next. There we go, gold. We can do that, and that's our nuggets for next time for when we do our silky jewel. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, I think it's been a very productive episode. We've gotten some things done that we needed to get done. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.